Hello everyone, myself Miss Monica, and this is the next session of our separation techniques. As I have discussed with you the three techniques: evaporation, centrifugation and sublimation. And now I will discuss the new technique, that is chromatography. Chromatography is a very good technique, and I will share one activity with you also related to the chromatography technique, that how it works. In the chromatographic technique, the chrome word comes from color, and graphy, that means color को जब हम separate करके एक पेपर पे या एक किसी ऐसी स्लाइड पे ले लेते हैं, then that is graphy. So we can say chromatography technique का जो नाम रखा गया था, it is because of the reason that this technique was first used for separation of colors. So colors को हम एक you can say on we can obtain the different colors from a component. It is used for separation of those solutes that dissolve in the same solvent. Obviously, different colors are the solutes and they all dissolve in a single solvent. So we can separate that kind of mixtures from it. As I have already discussed with you the evaporation technique, but in that evaporation technique, when we separate ink, then ink contain only one dye. There are not more than one dye, but in this we separate more than one color from a single sample. As you can see in the setup, this is a container. In the container, this is a special kind of paper, that is chromatograph paper. Chromatograph paper, we take a strip of chromatograph paper and just near about 3 centimeter above from the bottom side, we put a line, and on that line we basically 1 minute, we basically put the ink at that point, and after that this chromatograph is going to be hold like that, as you can see in the picture, with the help of piece of wooden. With the help of a pin, we staple it here, and the paper is going to be hang like that, that the mark at which the ink spot is present, that should not dip into the water which is present in the beaker. That point, that drop, that mixture point, ink spot you can say, should not dip into the water. So the level of water should be below that ink spot. It is very important point when this technique is to be done. What we observe, that as we know that water will start to move on this chromatograph paper, because the chromatograph paper, it is a kind of structure in which small holes are present that act as a capillary, and due to this capillary action, water start to move on the chromatograph paper when we keep it for some time. Then when water move, then water reach to the ink spot first, and in the ink spot there are many dyes present, many colors present, and all these colors have different ability to be soluble into the water. Some color can soluble very easily and some takes time to be soluble. So the color which will soluble very soon, that will move with water in the upward direction, and the another color which cannot be soluble very soon, that will not, it's not there that that will not move with water, that will move with water, but not as earlier as the first one. As you can see in the picture, this is the ink spot. The color which we obtain at the top, that is the more soluble. Secondly, comparatively less soluble. Third, lesser soluble, and like that. And when we observe these colors, it looks very good, very good. So when the water completely reach to the top level of the strip, then we take this strip out of the water, keep it dry for some time, means we should let it dry, and then we observe the different spot, and we can mark the position of that different spot. The color which is at the top is more soluble, and the color which is at the bottom is lesser soluble. This is paper chromatography. Because we did this technique on the paper, that's why it is paper chromatography. In further classes, in higher classes, you will discuss about the different type of chromatography. Some are gel chromatography also, but that is not in your course. So these are the discussion. As water rises on the filter paper, it takes along with it different components of the ink. Since a dye soluble consists of two or more colored substance, therefore different colors are obtained. Obviously, क्योंकि एक से ज़्यादा कलर थे तभी तो आपको वो different spot दिखाई दिए. Further, due to different solubilities in water of colored component present in the ink, they rise to different height. So, what was the principle? Separation is based upon the different solubilities of in the same solvent. अगर सोचिए सारे कलर की solubility same होती तो सब इकट्ठे इकट्ठे चलते, and we cannot obtain the different spot, we obtain only one spot. Then what is the use of this technique? We want to separate the different component. Use colors in a dye if we want to separate them, pigment from natural color like flower color, and drugs from blood, this is also a use. Okay, now to obtain pure copper sulfate from an impure sample. Remember the thing, pure substance is to be obtained from impure sample. This is the key word. Sometimes the question may ask like that which technique is used to get the pure substance from its impure sample. So this technique is crystallization. Crystallization means the formation of crystals. Crystals, what are crystals? Crystals, basically crystals, you can say it is a kind of substance which is formed of only and only of pure substance. जैसे चीनी के क्रिस्टल्स होते हैं, नमक के क्रिस्टल्स होते हैं, हम अपने घर में देखते हैं. So these are the pure substance. So how can we do it? In this technique, we dissolve the substance, impure substance, into the solvent, dissolve it completely, and we make a hot saturated solution of that. Hot saturated solution means after heating, that much amount of solute can be dissolved in water. We should dissolve, or we have to dissolve. So in that condition, we can make a hot saturated solution. Means we will stop the dissolving of the component when there is no scope of the dissolution. Means more solute is now if not dissolved at this temperature, then we will stop. Otherwise, we should make a hot saturated solution of it. And what we do? We now allow to cool it at a room temperature. Don't keep it inside the fridge. फ्रिज में नहीं रखना है. We should keep it at room temperature. And what we observe? After some time we observe that some granule like structures are formed inside the liquid, and these are crystals. So crystals are always and always form of pure substance, and the impurities will remain inside the liquid. And after filtration we can separate the crystals, and all the crystals are almost similar in shape, size, etc. A typical laboratory technique for crystal formation is to dissolve the solid in a solution in which it is partially soluble. Yes, usually at high temperature to obtain. हमने hot saturated solution बनाया था ना? Super saturation इसमें लिखा हुआ है, but hot saturated solution. The hot mixture is then filtered to remove any insoluble impurities. Yes, ये एक step था. Sometimes the impurities are like that, like some wood particles are there, some stones are there. So we should filter it to remove that. The filtrate is allowed to slowly cool, which result in crystal formation. So this is the technique by which common salt is formed. This is the technique by which sugar is formed, and this is much more beneficial, or it is comparatively very good in comparison to the evaporation, because In evaporation, impurities left behind in the you can say sample. But in this, the crystals that are formed, these are only and only formed of pure substance. Secondly, in this, we make a hot saturated solution. But if we do evaporation and we provide extra heating to that, so sometimes the substance may get churned, वो जल जाता है, कोयले जैसा हो जाता है, तो उससे बहुत बेटर टेक्निक है. So it is a better technique than evaporation. This is a question in your NCRT. This is the crystallization. Hot saturated solution, then mixture of impure substance making hot saturated solution. Crystals are allowed to cool, and these crystals are formed, which we can obtain by filtration. This is the discussion and the conclusion of this technique. Crystallization as process is better than evaporation. There are two reasons. Some solid decompose or some like sugar may get charred on heating to dryness. जल जाते हैं एकदम. Some impurities may remain dissolved in the solution even after filtration, which on evaporation contaminates the solid. कुछ impurities रह जाती हैं. Applications: purification of salt that we get from seawater and the separation of crystals of alum, fitkari, from impure sample. Yes, any pure substance, if we want to obtain from impure sample, then we can do this crystallization technique. This is the next technique that we will discuss in the next session. So, I think it's enough for this session. Have a good day. Goodbye.